Hello. Hello there.
Show, everybody.
Hi,
General Kenobi.
It's nice to be back after my little reprieve.
Yes. You're practicing for your giggity gigs.
It was a very, very unsuccessful practice.
yeah, a lot of explosions and
found an exploding amp and an exploding desk, which were all fixed, and I made £10 out of that gig, less than repair bills.
Oh, God.
But at least I'm back on the road now. All good.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Thanks to Dave who sorted that all out. So
Nice.
all good. And the gig could have been worse. Actually, the music came back to my fingers okay. I was more worried about that, but it was actually my voice that was a bit scratchy. It was just not used to it. I don't think anymore.
Right.
Hello, Brian.
Hey up there,
Brian.
lads.
Yeah. So hopefully I've warmed it up ready for talking some Star Wars nonsense tonight.
It is nonsense.
You did quite a long one though, didn't you? How long did you go for?
No, 2 hours, didn't we? Like 2 hours plus, anyway.
2 hours 40 minutes. It was.
Yeah.
2 hours 40 minutes.
Before we went on air, we said, "Oh, it's probably going to be a short one tonight." No, Paddy.
That's almost
How wrong we were.
That's almost as long as The Last Jedi.
More exciting though.
No, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say me on the podcast is more exciting than Mark Hamill on screen. Come on.
Yeah, I don't think we subverted anybody's expectations.
Oh, I don't know about you. Don't, Matt. You don't know that.
No,
you may have done. You may have done.
I may have done.
Oh, hang on. We've got
The problem is, Paddy. Matt didn't stop me talking, so we were nearly in Lord of the Rings territory. 3 hours.
Oh Christ! Yeah. We were on about like we should start a Club Middle Earth, something.
Oh
like.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah.
there is the wrong franchise, but I just fucking love it.
I'd love to do all these like different sort of channels, Club Middle Earth, Club Witcher.
Oh my God, let's do it.
Let's do Club Witcher.
Let's set it up tonight before someone goes and buys the clubmiddleearth.com domain.
Get a bit of Geralt in your life, selling monsters.
Club Ford.
See, Club Witcher would be Matt educating me and Paddy. Because I've only seen one episode of it.
Well, yeah, and all the books before that.
Oh, you're proper into it.
Well, you've got the other thing anyway, haven't you? I've not done anything. We've not done anything on yet.
No. Well, that's like on the back burner, isn't it? A little bit.
What's it called again?
Critical Nerd Theory.
Critical Nerd Theory. That's right. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we've got a comment in. I just wanted to mention this.
Okay.
From Facebook user. Facebook user, to identify yourself, you have to agree to StreamYard. But I will look over to Facebook and see if I can find who you are. So, finale. Oh, I've missed so much. Hope you guys are keeping well. Thank you very much.
Yes,
yeah, it's
very well.
I suspect that's somebody watching it on Paddy's Facebook because it's not on the CSW one.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm just going to have a look now. Yeah, there's lots and lots of news about Indiana Jones 5 today. It's everywhere.
Indiana.
About it starting filming.
Ooh.
Filming up in Scotland, right?
Filming up in Scotland, very exciting. Phil Johnson. He's commented on my wall. Hello, Phil. Nice to hear from you. I did some music with Phil in Phelps. Phil was drumming in Phelps.
It's Paul Shipper.
Hi, Paul.
It's Mr. Shipper. Hiya, mate. How are you doing? Good to hear from you. Hope you're keeping well, mate.
The best part of the sequels, Paul Shipper.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Very true.
I'll agree with that.
Bloody beautiful posters. I'm assuming if just say yes or no, Paul. Are you commenting in the Club Star Wars Facebook group? Is that where you are?
Oh, I can't keep up with all these pages, Paddy. How do you do this?
I need like a video wall.
Yes, he
like
is.
All the different screens, you know.
You guys are too kind. Good, Paul. Yeah, he is commenting in the Facebook group. So just incidentally, other folks, if you're on either in the Facebook group or on my wall, you'll see as it's above the video, it says, "We return for season 5, blah, blah, blah." And then it says, "I'm going live using StreamYard. Before leave a comment, please grant StreamYard position to see your name." So go to streamyard.com/Facebook and you just go, "Yes, you can see my name." And then we'll be able to see your name and your picture on the pages and the other things. It doesn't matter. You can see that anyway. But yeah. Well, so what, Paul, let us know your plans and stuff. Are you going to be, yeah, no, it's all right. I've identified it there, Paul. That's where you are for show. For show.
Show.
So let us know what you're up to, Paul. Are you going to be appearing at any cons or anything? Now things are opening back up. Hopefully opening back up.
Join the live stream if you want. Let us know. Yeah,
absolutely. You can join the live stream anytime you want. In fact, I will just drop him a wee message. So what we're going to be covering on the show tonight, guys, it's the bloody season finale, isn't it?
It's the bloody season finale. So we've got a bit of news and lots of rumours in the rumour mill, if you would like. So rumours that I really hope are true. I can't see it.
What, do you want to cover that one first?
It's up to you. Can do.
Yeah, that's probably the most exciting one. I mean, we know that it's kind of, it is what it is. But let's have a look at that one first. So, Star Wars news. So, where's that particular one? Yes. So this is from Inside the Magic. Let's get it up on screen there. Why not? I just love the fact that my mates cleaning chemicals just pop up on every single page that I go on. So if you're a carpet cleaner, check out Fresh Fibers /Nord. Right, so George Lucas reportedly taking back creative control of Star Wars. So this is from May 31st, 2021, InsideTheMagic.net. When Star Wars creator George Lucas sold his space opera franchise to the Walt Disney Company in 2012, Star Wars fans weren't sure exactly what would happen to beloved characters Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill, Princess Leia, Organa, Carrie Fisher, and Han Solo. Frank says he was going to kill them all. Disney's Star Wars sequel trilogy proves to be divisive, with many cinemagoers unhappy with the fates of the original trilogy's core trio and the general lack of direction that the three films, Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and The Rise of Skywalker, seem to have. American Graffiti director Lucas has publicly acknowledged that he expected to have more say in the Star Wars sequels, which were directed by J.J. Abrams, Rian Johnson, and Abrams again, and in the development of the new characters Rey, Finn, and Poe Dameron. Lucas has also shared that he had already begun writing his own sequel trilogy, which would have seen Princess Leia emerge as the chosen one, and would have had Darth Maul's apprentice, Darth Talon, as its villain. In recent years, rumors of Lucas's official return to the Star Wars franchise have swirled online. These intensified after he was seen on the set of Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni's hit Disney Plus series The Mandalorian, and IMDb included his name on the writing credits for the upcoming Rogue One: A Star Wars Story prequel show, Andor. Now, a new report indicates that Lucas may be bankrolling up-and-coming Star Wars trilogy, effectively taking back much of the creative control he lost when sitting Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy was put in charge of the Star Wars galaxy. It's important to note that this information remains entirely unconfirmed by either Walt Disney Company or Lucasfilm. Furthermore, Walt Disney Company CEO Bob Chapek, so annoying that you can't say Bob Iger anymore, But Bob Paycheck recently announced that Kennedy's tenure with Disney will continue, at least for the foreseeable future. However, given Lucas's own comments about desiring more say in the sequels and his involvement in The Mandalorian, it would not be shocking to see that there may be at least some truth to this rumor. The report did not indicate whether the plot or the purported New York, a new Star Wars trilogy might be. This time, in addition to nearly a dozen Star Wars shows that are currently in development, blah 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 blah. We know about that anyway. Ryan Johnson's trilogy and all that kind of thing. Yeah. So there you go. Let's come out of there. So, what was this? What was the source of this particular rumor? Do we know?
Yes, I think we do. The source is the very reliable Doomcock.
Yes, indeed. So, right, I've got to ask you this. So, has anything he ever said
No.
come to pass?
No.
Not off the top of my head. No.
Even if he did, it's a little bit like he releases that many videos and speculations that a broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the guy's entertaining. He's an entertaining fella. He always starts off his rumor videos with, "This is a rumor, take it with a pinch of salt." So yeah, just take it as not being true.
What's the point in bringing it up then?
Until it is true, you know what I mean? It's like, I mean, it's fun stuff to talk about, but I mean, would George ever come back? You start from that point. Would he ever come back in that sort of capacity?
He said to Mark Hamill in just after Jedi. You can see this interview online. Hamill's in like a green jumper, and he's talking about the sequel trilogy. He says, and George says, would you come back and play an Obi-Wan type figure to Mark Hamill? And he says, oh yeah. Mark's like, yeah, I'll be up for that, George. When are you thinking? And he goes, 2010,
right?
Like 2011, something like that.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
He said, well, thanks, but we're not even in that century yet, or something along those lines.
Yeah.
But he also said, when he did the prequels, Hamill asked him near that time again, and he said, I don't want to be doing these. It's when they went out for lunch before the Disney acquiring Star Wars was released. That information in 2012. That summer, Mark was at lunch with George, and he said he got the Rise of Skywalker plot right, I suppose. I don't remember that.
Yeah, he did.
So what was it?
But the plot was released prior to that. I remember getting my hands on. Somebody sent me on Twitter some screenshots from the Rise of Skywalker movie. The Palpatine,
the throne,
the throne room, and all that. And this was around about the same time.
Yeah,
I think Doomcock got his story out. So it wasn't that it was an exclusive to Doomcock. I chose not to release these images publicly. I did check with somebody I knew who is it making Star Wars.net?
Yeah.
That guy, Jason Ward.
Mm-hmm.
I messaged him on Twitter saying, look, I've been sent these photos. Are these legit? And he messaged back saying, yeah, they are. Don't share them.
Yeah.
So I said, I won't share them. It's like,
well, legally,
it's
very silly and it's spoiler. But I mean, I think in terms of leak stuff, all we've ever shown is like aerial shots of sets and stuff. We're not interested in, spoiling the movie or doing anything.
No, I mean, we'll gladly speculate along with everybody else. But
yeah,
I think if we got any sort of inside information, I'd be very reluctant to.
Well, I think you've had that, and I had inside information a few weeks ago, and I didn't say anything about it because there's just no point. you know.
And a few weeks later, it came out anyway, didn't it?
Yeah, there you go.
But it wasn't. From us.
No, it wasn't from us. So yeah. Well, if he was right,
just quickly back to what I was saying.
Yeah, I'm just leading back to that because Brian was saying what you're referring to is a TVAM interview with Hamill. So going back to that, yeah.
George, basically, there's cut long story short, he said, I don't want to be doing these in my 70s. George turned 77 last month in May. I can't imagine him wanting to take on that stress. But Matt, you said when we talked about this, maybe he's going to take a backseat role and just be the overseeing eye over everything, which is what he did on Clone Wars with Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni was the main writer, and then there was a smattering of other writers, but it essentially all went through George. So there could be new material coming out that goes through George.
I mean, the thing is, I suppose we don't know yet whether he's been involved or not, but one would have thought if George was going to come back that he'd have been involved in Indiana Jones 5 as well.
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, we were watching the early interview between him and Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah.
And when you look at that and you reflect on it, and with everything that's happened since, I don't know what George feels and thinks, but if I were him, I'd be like, no, I've got to get back and at least put my original thoughts into play somehow, because what Kathleen Kennedy said to me that day, she basically turned around and, slapped him in the face, really, didn't she? It's, how else do you put it? He had all these story treatments, and I think he was led to believe that Lucasfilm and Kathy was going to honor these treatments and make those movies.
Yeah.
He
looked that way.
Yeah, he trusted them up until the point when they went to show him the, I don't know what you call it, a screen test of The Force Awakens, and he realized, you've not used my story treatments at all.
Yeah.
He didn't realize until that point.
Until that point, he didn't know.
Really? How do we know that? Does he come out and say that?
It's in Bob Iger's book.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. So Bob Iger, he lays his cards on the table and say, yeah, we just didn't touch his material, and we let him on. They basically let him on, where he thought they were using his material, and when it came to, ta-da, here's the movie, it's at that point he realised they've not used any of his stuff. So I can imagine from that point on, he's been fairly bitter.
Yeah.
And now his mind is probably changed to the point where, if offered, he'd go back and help out in a creative capacity. Probably not with in a full-time directorial role. He'd probably leave that to Favreau and Filoni, but at least he's getting his vision out there through them.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. That's what I'm hoping anyway.
I mean, he should have been in that role anyway, just to point out things like.
Oh, we lost Paddy.
I think we lost Paddy.
He's proper gone.
Yeah, unless he's in deep thought.
I mean, we were talking about this last week, weren't we, Matt? That I mentioned Force Unleashed that George, LucasArts used to send him a fax saying, during Force Unleashed, if you don't know, if people not played it, it happens in between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope, episode 4. And they said, can Princess Leia interact with them? Can Darth Vader know that Princess Leia is on that planet? That sort of thing. And the team used to say, oh, I can't, it's just sit at the fax machine waiting for it to come back through. And there's all these yes, no suggestions just in pen.
Yeah.
So, he is used to doing that role. He's done that for many years. But the one thing Dave Filoni said was George was never really interested in the EU, meaning
the novels,
the novels and stuff. Yeah, he. I didn't know this at the time until I heard Dave Filoni talk about it. And he said the only thing he ever considered canon was the movies. When he met Dave Filoni before Clone Wars, he said it's just the movies. The games and all that, they're not.
Yeah. And to be fair, that's how a lot of fans are too. You know, not everybody's. Obviously, there are fans out there who love the EU.
Yeah.
I don't know much about the EU, if I'm honest.
No, me neither. I know bits of it.
Yeah,
the thing is,
I picked up bits along the way, but
Star Wars started as cinema. It was written for the cinema, and of all the big franchises out there, it's possibly the only one that was in the top 5 big franchises of all time. The Lord of the Rings and the Harry Potter are book adaptations, as is James Bond is as well, isn't it? That wasn't created for cinema. That was a book,
novels to begin with, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. What else have you got? Game of Thrones, books, all these big franchises.
Yeah. The message through from Paddy then.
Internet gone, done. Oh dear. Poor Paddy. It's annoying that because he's got such a good internet connection as well.
Yeah.
So the EU, there's hundreds of novels. I remember meeting someone when I was in school who'd read all of them, and I remember him saying that he'd like those to be the sequel trilogy. He always thought, because I was always interested when I was at that age, like what would a sequel trilogy look like? What would it be about?
Yeah.
And you know, the Thrawn trilogy was the thing that most fans used to keep referring to. And there was another series of books called Heir to the Empire. I think I read a bit of that, and that was quite cool. And I think last week, me and you were talking about the Mandalorian armor, Boba Fett after Return of the Jedi. That's pretty good as well. And to be honest, that book isn't that far off Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni's Mandalorian Boba Fett vision anyway.
Yeah, no, to be honest with you, I think what Favreau and Filoni are doing is doing the Thrawn trilogy, but in a just dressing it up a little bit different than what the books were. But
do you know, I've just finished Rebels season 4. I've watched Rebels all the way through from the beginning. I've never done that before, and I'm very excited for Ezra to return, an older Ezra with Ahsoka and Grand Admiral Thrawn. That'll
happen. That will happen.
It wasn't so good.
Pretty sure it wasn't long ago when they were looking for an actor to play Ezra.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that on one of the shows.
Yeah.
There was speculation of that going around.
And I believe it. I could be wrong, but I believe they were looking for the actor. I can't remember his name, but he played the live action version of Aladdin.
Oh, okay.
In the remake that came out a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Do you remember the show?
Got a Paula Knight saying "Live long and prosper." I think you might be in the wrong podcast. That YouTube.
Live long and prosper.
Hang on.
Have you got some Trek, Matt?
Live long and prosper.
So that's Leonard Nimoy. That's not what's the other guy called? Zachary Quinto.
Yes.
I actually thought Zachary Quinto was all right. Actually, I think he did a good, decent job.
Yeah.
I just didn't. Again, I'm just going to go on a tiny J.J. Abrams Star Trek rant.
You go for it.
They were Star Wars movies, because when I watched the first one, I was like, "This is pretty cool." This, and then I thought, "It's not Star Trek. This is sci-fi action fantasy. This is Star Wars." Yeah. Star Trek was always very different. Star Trek is a tone and a feel is science fiction. Star Wars is fantasy, and it's almost like that Star Trek reboot was like a merging of the two, and it just didn't work.
No, they've got their own special niche, and you stray too far away from it, and it ceases to be what it's supposed to be.
You could be talking about Star Wars there as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because the problem with Star Wars is as well is it has that. It feels like this massive, vast universe, this huge thing where lots of things. Yeah, you can like Star Trek and Star Wars at the same time. It's a bit like
it is possible.
you can't like Blur and Oasis. It's like, sorry, who made this rule? Why do people keep saying that? There's another one. What's the other one? You can't like Harry Potter and Twilight. Remember that? You can't like Halo and Call of Duty. It's like I like them both.
Yeah. You can like everything if you want. You know.
Yeah.
It's,
I'm obviously we're more Star Wars fans. If that wasn't clear.
I think we've got Paddy back anyway. He's just
cool.
You're getting ready, isn't he? Cool. Here he is.
Hello.
Hello.
Dear Virgin, fuck you. Fuck you, Branson.
You know, it's funny. While you were reading the article out earlier, I seem to be having a bit of trouble with my internet too.
Really?
Yeah. You know where you get the spinning white circles on the black background.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
That kept happening for a couple of seconds every so often.
I think we're being hacked by, you know, I don't know, some disgruntled
hackers.
Doomcock.
We didn't mean it, Doomcock. We didn't mean it, honest.
Mulligan, he doesn't even know who we are.
No.
Right, so we've got. Have you already done these new comments from Script Trooper? I don't know.
We got as far as Live Long and Prosper. He likes Star Wars, or she, not who.
Yeah. We haven't done Script Trooper.
Oh, you haven't? Okay. So he said, I don't know much EU either.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I missed that one. Yeah. No, the EU is. I think they've got their own fan base.
We've left.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah, we've left them both. No, I mean, again, it's something that was really rich and probably should have been made more use of rather than just kind of cribbing and pretending that they didn't. But
yeah, I think so. I think if they'd utilised the EU from day one, I'd have probably been straight into them books. But because they shoved them to one side and
so, yeah. So we've got some comments over on Twitch from Polar Knights. Sweet Jesus, it is the perfect evolution of beards.
Fantastic.
Perfection.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. Very kind of you. I mostly been playing a new English sci-fi game. It's so much fun. Cool.
What's it called?
A survival game from the UK.
Yeah, what would that one be?
What's that called?
Script Trooper. Cheers for joining us, by the way, guys. You new viewers.
Yeah.
You just looks overwhelming at this point. What you mean, as in like trying to attack it? Trying to attack all of it? Or...
Yeah, I guess so. Which angle do you...
The problem with the EU as well is it contradicts itself. So even if Disney went that route, they'd have to delete some of it.
The new English survival game, Brexit.
Nice.
Touché.
Yeah. I believe it's important. I believe it's an important game.
That was a good Tony.
Thank you. Yeah, that's I don't pull Tony very out. It's only the word important that I seem to be able to. That's important. It's very clear. Important. In fact, my mates just played Tony Blair in a film.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you've heard us. In fact, he did. The last time you heard from James Payton was when he did the little thing for Moviescape. Do you remember?
Oh yes.
Yeah. He's playing Tony Blair in Creation Stories, which is about Alan McGee from Creation Records. Right. So there you go. So, did we finish up on George Lucas? Because coming just before I was kind of
no, just quickly, just before we leave George
taken
Lucas.
away, I had something to play. But anyway, go on.
Oh, go on, Paddy.
No, do that first.
It's a quick one. George, before returning to Star Wars, I'm still waiting for my THX 1138 Special Edition, my American Graffiti Special Edition, and Howard the Duck Special Edition. And my THX 1138 prequel trilogy. And
I
my
think-
American Graffiti sequel trilogy.
I think they've done Howard the Duck recently on Blu-ray.
That shut me up.
I think so.
I think they have,
Oh, you
actually.
mean the original? Oh, right.
Yeah. But aren't they doing? Isn't Kevin Smith involved with the new one that's coming?
Is there a new Howard the Duck coming?
I believe so. I think it's Netflix,
Must have
isn't
heard
it?
of this.
News to me.
I think he's involved in that, and he's doing that Masters of the Universe as well, isn't he? Reboot.
Yes, Master of the Universe. That looks pretty good, actually. The Master of the Universe.
Yeah, looks badass. So Norwegian, we are almost in the same boat, not in the Union.
Oh,
Fair
yeah.
enough.
Oh no, I'm not brave enough for politics.
I've heard Norwegian Wood's pretty good.
Yeah. You're British. Do you have Doctor Who on Blu-ray?
I
Yeah. I
No, I
bet Andy has.
Oh, no. I tell you, I've got one on Blu-ray. Yeah.
I've been tempted to.
I've got all Doctor Who up to season 7, I believe, on Blu-ray.
Oh, yeah.
I've been tempted to buy the Tom Baker box set just because it's Tom Baker.
I've got one Tom Baker DVD, and that's the classic Genesis of the Daleks.
Right.
I love that one. That's great.
Yeah, he was brilliant. Right, so you prepared this clip, Matt, like weeks and weeks ago.
I'm scared. So's Matt.
And it came
Did
up
that
in
time I was in the shower? No, forget that.
This was not made to be aired.
Not made to be aired. No, it was it was weeks ago. And it's a video from like a couple of years ago where a fan had asked him a question on some stream.
Oh, yes, this is a clip you can't see anywhere now online.
Is that right?
Apparently.
Who's asked who a question?
We should totally play it. So it was a fan asking George Lucas a question on some stream.
Oh, I'm excited.
And
the one with his wife.
Yes.
With that school.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I saw this.
And we were going to play it. We never got around to it. But as we're talking about George Lucas, perhaps now's the time to play it.
Yeah.
Roll it again.
Roll it. So this would be technically, I don't know. What is this? Is this a rant? Is it news? Is it a review? I guess it's news again, isn't it? Really?
I like that you went with Dark Side News.
And here it is.
But I got Jeremiah Camacho, one of our 8th graders, who has a question about Star Wars. So we'll go from the sublime to the sublime.
Cool background, Jeremiah.
Oh, thank you. My name is Jeremiah. I'm in the 7th grade, and I really like Star Wars. So my question for you is, the world has changed so much since the first Star Wars movie. How do you think the changes in the fights for racial justice will impact the Star Wars universe going forward?
I don't know. I mean, I've kind of lost control of Star Wars, so it's going off in a different path than what I intended. But the first 6 are very much mine and my philosophy. And I think that philosophy sort of goes beyond any particular time, because it's based on history, it's based on philosophy, it's based on a lot of things. And the first 3 basically tell you how a democracy turns into a dictatorship, and you end up with a tyrant, the emperor. It's a very important now, where we are now in our political history. The other part was that in there, it's like, I purposely, all of the various colors and shapes of the aliens and everything that live in that world, it's a normal situation. There's no real discrimination. The only discrimination is against robots. And we haven't really reached that period yet. And I'm sure the robots will be able to overcome it because they don't have the same feelings. But it really shows you in terms of the way the politics are and the way things are, how to fight those ideas. And a lot of it really has to do with overcoming fear. You know, the thing that brought that, and also the movies, you know, the thing with Anakin is that he started out a great kid. He was very compassionate, and so the issue is how did he turn bad? How did he go to the dark side? And he went to the dark side by the Jedis are not supposed to have attachments. They can love people, they can do it, but they can't attach. That's the problem when you get in the world of fear. Once you're attached to something, then you become afraid of losing it. And when you became afraid of losing it, then you turn to the dark side and you want to hold on to it. And that's what Anakin's issue was ultimately, is he wanted to hold on to his wife, who he knew he had a premonition that she was going to die. He didn't know how to stop it. So he went to the dark side to find, in mythology and everything, they go to Hades and you talk to the devil and the devil says, this is what you do. And basically you sell your soul to the devil. When you do that, then you're afraid and you're on the dark side and you fall off the golden path of compassion because you are greedy. You want to hold on to something that you love, and he didn't do it. And as a result, he turned bad.
So the thing about that is, George, you're saying with the movies, there's the time, it's not of a time, but the lessons are timeless, right?
Yeah, they're timeless.
There you go. So, I mean, what I get from that is he started off by saying they're going off in a different direction.
Mm-hmm.
They have a different philosophy, basically, to what I had originally planned. So it's two different philosophers. So the George Lucas, and Lucasfilm are two separate entities now. They've got two different ideas of what Star Wars is going forward.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where the problems are coming in. The fans know that. The fans know that. Yeah. Obviously, the fans who appreciate that sort of philosophy coming from Disney Lucasfilm as it is now, you know, one side, and the fans who are just George Lucas fans and original trilogy fans, maybe I don't know, I might be talking on my arse here, but this is how where the split is, isn't it? You know, it's two philosophies.
Yeah, I think so. It didn't feel like a cohesive, overarching philosophy, I suppose, between all nine.
No,
because anyway, it was driving a different agenda on the newer three. Script Trooper was back on to say, Luke refusing to fight and making the dark side fold in on itself was complex and beautiful. Rey defeating Palps was just a power thing. Disney Lucasfilm has lost the spark. Do you mean the spark that will
light the fire?
Light the fire that'll
burn the First Order down.
Burn the First Order down. They fly now, kind of thing.
They fly now. They fly now.
They fly now. Fly now.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you just repeat the same line like 5 times, it's funny. That's the formula.
They fly now. Hey, we knew they flew. We knew they flew from the comic that came out a year ago.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, well, Boba Fett, 30 years ago, but whatever.
Clone troopers can also, they have jetpacks as well, jet troopers.
Hey, but JJ didn't know that at the time when he was making the movie.
We gotta move on.
Yeah, come on, Star Wars fans. Do you expect him to do his research on a beloved franchise before he adds a big trilogy to it? Come on.
Exactly. Give the guy a break.
Well, there you go. So, to finish off on the George Lucas thing, it would be nice if he came back as an overall creative director to oversee things and point out when they're moving beyond what the rules of the Force or space travel or
Jedi.
Stay on target. Stay on target.
All of these things that they have now kind of, gone outside.
All he does is sends an email of the screen caption, "Stay on target" from episode 4.
Force healing.
We're too close. Stay on target.
You can't have lightsaber whips. You can't
Ah,
have
God damn
lightsaber
it.
whips. Disney Lucasfilm. What are you doing?
Is that the Indiana Jones and Star Wars crossover? I'm excited about that one.
You
Yeah.
do know you do know they've done it.
They did what? They did lightsaber whips.
Yeah, there's some Jedi in the
Lightsaber whips
the Old Republic with a lightsaber whip.
with a lightsaber whip. Why did he have a lightsaber whip?
I
You're
don't
putting
know.
a lot of emphasis on the H. Oh no, he's gone again.
Oh,
Paddy.
oh, you're
He's frozen.
joking.
No,
You're
he's
joking.
frozen. Right, what are we moving on to next?
Right. Next story is right. Hang on a minute.
So yeah, we'd like to see George back. I love that man, but I can't see it happening. We've got a YouTube comment, Matt. If you know how to pull it up.
Hail Club Star Wars.
That's very nice.
Hail Viking out of time.
We're not a dictatorship here. We're not authoritarian. But thank you.
Yeah, thank you for joining us today. It's
Like
very
and
nice to have
subscribe.
you here. All that jazz. Yeah, I think Paddy's having issues with his Tinternet.
Matt, I know how to stop this. I've got a prepared statement. The Star Wars sequel trilogy from Disney is the greatest cinematic achievement of the past 30 years. And is he back yet? No, I'll keep going. Matt, has the check cleared? Is the check cleared?
No, not yet. I'll keep checking.
I'm just going to refresh my nationwide.
We got any tickets in the post?
Yeah, son. Yeah, Empire Strikes Back's the greatest. We can get back onto track now. So what was the next thing we were going to talk about?
Yeah, so the next thing is right. Just it's going to be Kelly Marie Tran and her recent comments
regarding the best Star Wars film. Yeah,
regarding the best Star Wars film.
Just in case they're still listening. Yep.
Yeah, of course. But I suppose this is a. Right, hang on a minute. So there we go. I suppose I should do the old.
Can you do that?
I think so.
With Paddy being gone, I didn't know you could do that.
I've got all the magic bells and whistles on my end as well. There you go.
Unlimited power.
Unlimited power.
I saw a meme yesterday of a guy dressed as Palpatine in the thing, and the video caption was, what ingredient do you need to create cookies? And it was unlimited flour. It's just this guy's dressed up as Palpatine, just going in all these shops, doing all these serious puns. It's fucking
brilliant.
Anyway,
excellent. So yeah, Kelly Marie Tran defends oft maligned scene in Star Wars: The Last Jedi. So yeah, here we go. Kelly Marie Tran has defended a controversial sequence in Star Wars: The Last Jedi. The actor was asked about the sequence in a recent interview with Collider's Ladies' Night podcast. The scene in question sees Tran's character Rose travel to the extravagant city of Canto Bight alongside Finn, John Boyega, in the Star Wars universe. Canto Bight is a resort city for the wealthy, who are seen enjoying its casino and racetrack. That sequence has generated criticism amongst fans, some of whom have found it doesn't fit smoothly with the rest of the film's action. You can say that again. Tran, however, highlighted the role played by the scene in the movie's overall world building, telling Collider that scene does a lot for really recognizing how certain communities who are able to enjoy their privilege live in a world where they don't even have to address some of the horrible things other people are dealing with. I love that scene. So it's on about the privileged in a galaxy at war. Okay, all right. She also reminisced about how they experienced filming the sequence, telling the podcast, "When I watched that movie, I remember how I felt that day. I remember John Boyega and I walking on set and being like, this is the biggest set we'll ever be on. And seeing all the creatures moving and being part of this universe, these are real things I remember about being on set that day. And yeah, okay, so that's the end of the article.
There's a few points there. The scene's massive and it keeps cutting back to it. You know, saying that the scene's controversial. Is it like, I'm like, is that the scene itself where they're in the casino? Because Kelly is talking about. Sorry, I just said her name like I know her. Kelly Murray Tran is saying.
Our Kelly.
Our Kelly was saying she's talking about the scene on the balcony later on where these guys are loving the casino and the races in front of them when they've got kids being whipped by electric things and, you know, slavery right in front of them. I get it. But then there's the First Order. They sell weapons to the First Order. But what I love about that scene is later on, DJ says this is an arms dealer and he was selling parts to the bad guys. Oh, and then an X-Wing hologram appears and the good guys. And it was just, that's what I like about it. That...
There he is.
Thanks, Branson.
You know, the best thing about Canto Bight, in my opinion,
what?
Is the music.
It is cool. It's out of nowhere. It is actually John as well. He didn't do, you know, there's a bit of a cantina scene in Maz's castle in Force Awakens. But John said to JJ, I don't want to do the music, but he seemed to want to do the Canto Bight stuff, it is pretty cool. Also, Mark Hamill plays is the voice of the guy who's putting little coins into BB-8. That's Mark Hamill's voice.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, it's
so the script trooper says the best part about saving the bunny horses is that we all know they were rounded up by the authorities right after. That's true. That
they didn't actually rescue them, really, did they?
They didn't really free them and send them on the way. You know, they're literally in the field next door to the casino. Just go out there and get him, will you? All right.
Incidentally, Matt, I don't know if you can actually drive the show. Can you? Can you drive?
I can drive the show from this end. Yeah.
Right, because it's not going to happen for me.
Right. Okay.
Because I know on my phone.
Yeah, Paddy. It seems like you and technology this week aren't really getting along.
Not at all. No, that's the past. No, that's my whole life, really.
Yeah.
I've always kind of, got to use it and got my head around it, but it's never been my pal.
No.
That's why I'm convinced, we're going to be taken over by robots. So spectacle substitutes good writing. A big set and fancy creatures don't make up for good writing, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. That scene was very much in the social justice side of things that we experience on Earth, right? I think it'll make the film more dated as time goes by.
Yeah,
it doesn't have that longevity in the long run, like the originals do. So anyway, we'll see about that anyway. But
yeah. So are we moving on with the next news? We've discussed Lucas for quite a while.
Yeah. Music was good at that show. Yeah. The music was good. Yeah, the Canto Bight music was good. Okay. Right, let me get the next article up.
We've got a comment on YouTube that I think is relevant.
Have we?
From Brian.
Go on.
Definitely.
Do you know what? I'm so annoyed because I waxed lyrical about their service for most of the time. Because I've got 200 meg coming in. Generally, my connection is awesome, but this is the second time. Is this the second time it's happened during the show?
Yes.
And it virtually never ever happens like at any other time.
That's crazy.
Weird.
That's crazy.
I'm convinced I've got a hub hacker somewhere along there.
Doomcock lives next door to you.
Right. So, what do you want to talk about next, guys? We've got
Can you remove the? You know where the tickers are, don't you? Can you remove that one?
The talking point.
Oh, yeah. I'll do that in a sec. Yeah.
I can see the news points now. Yeah. So how about we do? No, I think we don't know if I'm lost yet. How about we do this Empire Strikes Back 40th anniversary thing?
Yay.
Good thing.
Because I'm not entirely sure what it actually is, to be honest. But
So yeah,
I think it's like what I gathered from it is it's like a reflective version of the making of Empire Strikes Back. Think it talks about some Ralph McQuarrie artwork as well, like tying it into Revenge of the Sith and stuff like that. And
yeah.
I just had a quick skim of the article before from StarWars.com. So it's one of those. It's probably not that far away from that. Have you got it, Paddy? The making of Empire Strikes Back. It's on the front. It's got the grayscape. Luke and Vader. Yeah, I think it's that or something like. Have we lost Paddy again?
I think we might have lost Paddy again.
Oh God!
No, I'm here.
Oh, you there? Oh, good.
Bloody hell, that's weird. How could it do that on Wi-Fi? I mean, I'm not even on Wi-Fi, or am I? Is it connecting me to Wi-Fi? Just a minute. Yeah, it has. Just a minute. The Wi-Fi is quite awfully dipping in and out, so.
Right.
I just need.
I think we lost Paddy again.
I just need to stay on there.
Oh, blimey.
Sounds like a Dalek now.
Is it really bad?
No, you know it's good. We've got you.
Okay, I just had to get rid of. In fact, just let me close a couple of things down as well.
Right.
I had to get rid of the Wi-Fi because obviously it's connected to Wi-Fi.
Have you got the article up, Matt?
I do. Should we get reading it?
Yeah, let's have a look.
Yeah. Share the article.
Okay. So,
how was Paddy able to talk over the stinger then?
Yeah.
Is it possible to learn this power?
Is it what? Is it?
So,
how do I talk over what?
You talked over the stinger then. I was like, how's that possible? He's muted.
Yeah.
The dark side of the force is a pathway to many, etc.
Right, so I think I should be able to read this out.
You go for it.
So this is actually from StarWars.com, isn't it?
It is.
We could start on the ice planet, learn how Hoth came to be in Star Wars Empire Strikes Back 40th anniversary special exclusive excerpt. So 40th anniversary special. Is it going to be a show then, or is it?
It's a book.
A book.
Oh, newsstand edition. So
it says books and comics at the top of the article, the section.
So we've got newsstand edition, which has got my favourite Empire Strikes Back artwork. In fact, it's got the restored Castell with Boba and Lando on it. Mm-hmm. And then we've got the hardcover edition.
Is that the poster, the Gone with the Wind one?
Yeah. And then there's like a comic book store exclusive edition with the new artwork. Interesting. Right, so
what's that artwork there at the top that you're looking at now?
I think that was used. I think that was like a commercial, a commercial print poster.
Okay, I've never seen that before.
No, that's new to me.
I have seen it before, but I think it might have been. I think it may have even been like, one of those Pepsi, like a Pepsi poster or something.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Something like that. I think it was. I can't remember now, but I have seen it before.
Right.
I like it.
Yeah. I mean, is this the background? Is this supposed to be like Stormtrooper eyes or something with the reflections in? I don't know.
It could be.
Oh, it's part of a mask, isn't it? Because you got this thing in the middle behind Chewbacca. Is it Darth
Yeah.
Vader?
Yeah.
Like the bridge of the nose or something.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Okay.
So I like it.
So anyway, here we go. That's it. The Rebels are there. Hoth, the iconic world of snow, ice, and Wampus, made its debut in Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back as the new home of the Rebel Alliance. The frigid planet would host one of the saga's most memorable sequences in the Battle of Hoth, in which snowspeeders attempted to thwart the impossibly big AT-AT walkers. In Star Wars.com's exclusive excerpt from Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back 40th Anniversary Special, a rich celebration of Episode 5 from the makers of Star Wars Insider and on sale now. We learn of the genesis of Hoth from George Lucas' original ideas for the locale to shooting in Norway.
In Norway. Are you
Yeah.
still there listening?
Oh yeah, over on Twitch.
On Twitch.
There isn't enough life on this ice cube to fill a space cruiser.
With temperatures as low as -60 during the nights and landscapes constantly buried under ice and snow, this is one of the most inhospitable planets of the galaxy. The almost unlivable climate is caused by Hoth's great distance from the primary sun of the system, and also by its wide elliptical orbit. As a result, it takes the planet to 526 standard days to round the sun. Intense winds and snowstorms constantly blow the frozen surface of Hoth, shaping the landscape and amplifying the extreme cold. Even droids, speeders, and transports have a tough time. That's tough life here. While Hoth's hostile environment might dissuade visitors and explorers, it makes the planet a very good place to hide, as the rebellion knows well. But even Hoth isn't remote enough to elude the Empire's progress and keep the Echo base safe. There's a couple of nice paintings there.
Yeah, the beautiful paintings, those. Yeah.
I think I'm sure the second one was Macquarie. I don't know if the other one is, but
The second one definitely is. The top one is promo. It's not a painting, that is it? Or is it?
Yeah,
I think it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Wow.
Very good, though. The origin, as he did for A New Hope, George Lucas made a list of planets in his notes when he started imagining the sequel. Among them, he named the Wookiee planet, on which production illustrator Ralph McQuarrie started working since he signed his contract in October 1977. But that would not appear in the film. A gas planet called Hoth, which would later become Bespin, where Lando's Cloud City floats, and a generic ice planet. It was only in the second draft of the script in 1978 that the name was assigned to the actual ice planet where the rebels would set up their new outpost. From the Ice Kingdom of Mongo, featured in Alex Raymond's Flash Gordon comic series, March 12, 1939 to April 7, 1940, to Howard Hawks' The Thing from Another World, 1951. Several influences shaped Hoth's concept and development. This is how Lucas himself described the planet in 1977. We could start on the ice planet, which would be striking. We've never been there before. An underground installation in a giant snowbank, very hostile, with wind blowing around the cold. There's a...
Wait a minute.
Actual picture of the concept drawing.
Yeah.
That's...
Because if you look at that, there's...
That's
insane.
Insanely accurate. Insanely accurate. And there's some of the snow troopers.
I used to love them as a kid.
Yeah, they're cool. I never did get one of them. I still need one of them.
I think I've got one. I've got all my figures. They're in the Millennium Falcon behind me.
Do you know
all stuffed in there? I think I've got one of them.
I had the E-Web cannon as well as the snowtrooper, but I that was the, what was it called, that range of figures, like special edition time, not Power of the Force. That was, or is it Power of the Force?
Yeah, Power of the Force. Yeah.
Is that the black green card back with Vader on it?
Yeah, where the like muscle bound, like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's it.
Those ones, yeah.
They're the figure. I could only get those figures when I was getting into Star Wars.
Right.
But I used to really like my E-Web with my snowtrooper. One of my favorites.
Yeah, they're pretty classic design.
They're very absent versus the stormtroopers in terms of they just look scarier. They look more like
faceless.
yeah,
Just
creepy.
I don't know whether there's a chance this because I am technically back, but
okay.
Shall I chance it?
Go for it.
I'm going to leave Richard Branson. See you in a bit.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, loopy loop.
Right. Let's see how far we get until the hacker comes back. So, in parallel to the world of Wookiees covered in huge trees, McQuarrie was already painting ice and snow based on Lucas's instructions. Since no finished script was available at the time, the artist was developing Darth Vader's home. Initially set in a cold environment, the metal castle of the Sith Lord was later placed amid boiling lava. But it didn't make it into the film anyway. Its first appearance would only be in 2005's In the Revenge of the Sith, though it was not actually called Vader's Castle in the final prequel film. Some of the concept paintings were later converted to first illustrate Rebel base in the context of Hoth. In the following months, the metal structure disappeared and the base was moved into the ice caves, which were considered natural to the planet. Trying to figure out the design of the interiors, Ron McQuarrie and visual effects art director Joe Jansen imagined how the rebels carved the ice out to make room for the hangar and the equipment. It was my feelings that lasers could be used to accomplish the cutting in long straight lines that helped give me a key part to the solution. Love this picture of Ford and Hamill. I've not seen that before.
That's new to me as well.
That's new to me, definitely, yeah.
It's a beauty. Really nice picture of 3PO, and I can't remember the name of that other 3PO type robot.
No.
But did you know that that 3PO style robot was played by Chris Parsons, who also played Forlom?
Oh, yes.
I didn't know that. Is it true that is just an episode 4 3PO spray painted?
I would not be surprised.
Probably.
I think that's the case, yeah. Or it's the one on Cloud City that's just C3PO spray painted.
Yeah. Well, Parsons must have been super skinny if it was Anthony Daniels.
Yeah.
I think he still is quite a slim guy.
I'm sure I saw him down in London that time.
Who, Parsons?
Yeah.
He still looks pretty young as well. He did a signing very recently. He still looks.
I remember
really
thinking
young.
that at the time, like, you were in the original Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
How old are you?
Yeah. He does look pretty young. Right. Okay. So over to problems on set. After several trips across Northern Europe in the spring of '78, the Norwegian town of Finse was chosen as the location for Hoth. According to
he's called K3PO, sorry.
K3PO, thank you, yeah. According to associate producer Robert Watts, the glacier in Finse provided the uninterrupted treeless expanse that was ideal for shooting the ice planet scenes. There was also a hotel along the railway line which was 30 minutes away from the glacier and therefore quite convenient for accommodating the film crew. Yet filming in Finse was proved to be very challenging due to the chilling weather conditions. With temperatures around -30, almost like the fictional planet Hoth, violent snowstorms and high winds, the film crew found itself facing Norway's coldest winter in 100 years.
Blimey.
Basic tasks such as reloading a camera using a tape recorder, or even, as admitted by director Irving Kershner, going to the bathroom were extremely difficult and required the crew to think on their feet and quickly come up with alternative solutions. One such solution was the decision to shoot some scenes just a few feet away from the hotel. If the camera would have turned around, you'd have seen a big hotel behind you, said assistant producer Jim Bloom. But because of the weather, it looked like you were out in the middle of nowhere. Filming started on Monday, March the 5th, 1979, under quite unfortunate circumstances. A trench that had been dug a few days before the construction crew was buried in snow, meaning that none of the planned scenes could be shot. Trains were unable to reach Finse, and the road to the railway line was blocked. The situation was so critical that production decided to call Harrison Ford in a week early to film one of his scenes instead. We thought he could shoot his sequence that because of losing stage 3, destroyed by the fire on January 24th, while it was housing the hotel lobby of Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. We were going to shoot at Leeds Studio 2, said associate producer Robert Watts. If we could get the sequence successfully in Norway, this would obviate us from having to go out to Leeds. Due to 3 avalanches that had cut off the railway road, however, Ford's journey wasn't going to be an easy one. In order to successfully reach Finns from Oslo, the actor had to take a train, 2 taxis, and was eventually picked up by a snowplow 23 miles from Finns. The last main unit scene was shot on March 11th, whereas the second unit faced further weather variations, which led to run over schedule. We were supposed to be there for 3 weeks, said Bloom. We were there for 8. The unit wrapped on Tuesday, April 3rd. On the same day, another avalanche took place, a phenomenon which, according to locals and somewhat frustratingly for the cast, meant the arrival of spring. So there's that thing. It looks the thing about Ford getting the tractor or whatever. Have you seen that? There's a behind the scenes shot of him in a snowcat driving it himself.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah,
I from what I heard previously was that he had to do the last bit of his journey on his own in one of them. He drove himself in, from what I understand.
I remember Mark Hamill talking about those snowmobiles. They were like dark brown red colour, weren't they?
Yeah, they look just like the snowcats in The Shining. Speaking of The Shining, there.
Yeah, they got the sort of half track or foot. Yeah, they got the tracks.
Mark Hamill was talking about them, and they got helicopters to fly over, and they took pictures of the of those vehicles they were using to get through the snow. And on the papers in the UK the next morning, it said strange alien creature ships inhabit the world of Star Wars, and it's like they already existed.
Yeah, no, we just like, we use these every day. Just get to work.
Running out of time said, imagine having a Vader castle back then and the playset. Oh yeah,
I know.
Well, I had a fold out Death Star that I always thought was Vader's castle.
Oh yeah, what that playset?
The Micro Machines playset. Yeah.
Just scroll back a bit, Matt, to show the Empire poster. So not that one.
Ooh.
Not that one. That one.
Why is that special, Paddy?
Why is that special? Can you see?
Oh, it's got Boba
Lando
Fett
and Boba Fett there.
Oh yeah,
cool.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know what the reason was and whose decision it was, but they decided to remove Lando and Fett from the poster.
What's this?
Is that because the logo would have covered them up?
I'm not sure. That's that little
it's one of the
dish,
cannons, isn't it?
Dish laser cannons. So there's I'm sure there's one or not many of them. There's a few test prints out there of the poster with those two on. And there was one that went on eMovie poster, wasn't there, Andy, for...
Say that again, sorry, Paddy. It broke up for me then.
I was like, do you remember there was one of these came up? It was like a test printing with those two on that came up on eMovie poster. It went for like 300k or something like that.
Jeez.
Crazy.
So there you go.
It's a good picture. It looks like Mark Hamill just taking a drag of a cigarette there and just blowing out the smoke.
Yeah.
He was a 70s. Oh, 80s.
Just to keep it warm.
I think they were all smokers.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah. So this book is available now in the US and Canada and the UK and Europe.
I
am tempted.
I could see myself buying that.
Yeah.
It said Leeds. It doesn't mean Leeds is in the UK, does it?
I don't know. I was wondering about
that. I'm just looking at the studios used for Star Wars, and it's Ealing Studios, Elsa Studios, Leavesden, Pinewood, and Shepperton. But they're all down London way, aren't they?
Yeah. I
That's
don't know.
really weird.
Yeah. Unless there's unless it's Leeds twinned with Finns.
Yeah.
Leeds, Norway.
Leeds, Norway.
I'd love to go to Norway. I really would love to go to Norway.
Yeah, Brett, who was on the show a few weeks ago, he was talking about going his trip there, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Where he'd
yeah.
gone with a few of the Star Wars autograph collector guys. Yeah, love to do that.
Certainly.
Cool. So, what else have we got? I don't think we need to do the Kelly Marie Tran. Do you want to do the Kelly Marie Tran?
We
We've done
did
it.
that while you were gone.
Oh, did you do that? Okay, right,
Yeah.
okay, cool. So we've done the Empire Strikes Back stuff. We've done Lucas. What about the Bounty Hunters thing? Have we done that?
No.
No.
All right, let's have a look at that then. Also, what's do you want to let everybody know kind of what the plan is for while we're on hiatus, so to speak?
Yeah. So while you're gigging and practicing, and I don't know what you'd say, really, just
Skiving.
skiving and
Living his best life.
yeah,
Yeah.
getting back to sort of pre-COVID normality, I guess you'd call it. Yeah.
Yes. Hopefully.
Yeah, Andy and myself will carry on with a weekly sort of live stream as much as we can.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, we shall be putting out the odd video here and there sporadically during the week.
Yeah.
Whether it's a news article, a rumor, information as far as interesting things about Star Wars, really. Andy, you're the music specialist.
So they say.
and you could well be putting out the odd video talking about the music of Star Wars, which I'm sure is up everybody's street who is a Star Wars fan, because at the end of the day, the music of Star Wars is practically 80% of what makes Star Wars good, isn't it, really?
I'd say so. I'd say more, but I'm very biased. John's with me.
I'd say it's about 98%, guys.
Well, Star Wars also is a bit... Sorry. John's music for Star Wars is also a bit of center of gravity of positivity in the Star Wars fandom as well. It's the one thing that I think... I remember in the trailer for The Rise of Skywalker, the top comment the day it was launched was, even if this movie's crap, John's score is going to be great.
Yeah.
Which is
Exactly.
true.
Yeah.
You know, I'd rather, you know, at the end of the day, I'd rather own the soundtracks to episode 7, 8, and 9 than the actual movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they what do you call it? John's done now with Star Wars. He won't be doing any more. He's officially retired from Star Wars, unfortunately.
Right. Indiana Jones, though.
But he is doing Indiana Jones.
Yeah, he's actually confirmed he's still doing it, and I'm very, 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 very excited to hear what he does on Indy 5.
John, if you're listening, which you won't be, I just want you to at least write one piece of music that is as good as. If you can, if you could just write anything as close to that, it'll be cool. But yeah, coming back around to the point. So I believe from what you did last week, you're not kind of doing them as like series episodes. You're just kind of doing them as like standalone talking points.
Yeah. Just
the shows.
talking about.
You did a load of Filoni, didn't you, last week?
A load of Filoni. We might pick a topic and just go for that.
Yeah.
Shoot the breeze.
Cool.
So to speak. So,
and then we'll be back with
and,
season 6.
Yeah. And as well, I need to get to the bottom of this. If I can get a time, is still watching. I think we'll be getting together with those guys on the other side of the pond for the odd live chat with a group of creators. So that's
cool. Excellent, jolly good.
Awesome.
Right, cool. And like I say, I'll be back before not too long. I just need to get my act together in the hope that things don't go the same way as as they've gone, or as they're probably going to go in Scotty Botland. Hopefully 21st is still on track and things like that.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Because I'd quite like to play some gigs with a band.
Yeah, I'd quite like to walk up to a bar and order a pint rather than get,
Yeah.
you
Just
know,
the old-fashioned way.
ordinary things you do in life.
Very
I
true.
need it
I
back.
don't know. I've gotten used to the Weatherspoons app. As an introvert, I like it.
In some places, it's actually it actually works better.
Yeah.
In a pub, I'd kind of still like to just.
I'd like to just walk up to the bar. Yeah.
It's been a while.
It has been a
it
while.
has.
Right, so let's have a wee look at this other piece of news right here. Alrighty, so this is taken from bleedingcool.com. Is he still around? You don't really hear much of him.
Who?
These days. Is it Ain't It Cool News?
Oh, I don't know.
Harry, what's his name? Do you remember?
Belafonte.
Harry
Sorry,
no,
I mean,
no.
there's a reason I said that. It's
Yeah.
just to go off on a tangent. Years ago, on the way down to the south of England, we met Harry Hill.
Oh.
Right, and before we got to speak to him, somebody asked him, "I recognise you. You're Harry. And he said, "Harry Belafonte."
Brilliant. Harry Knowles is the guy I'm trying to think of.
Harry Knowles, okay.
It was like King Geek. He started ain'titcoolnews.com.
Yeah.
But apparently is run by his sister Danny Knowles since September 2017. So he must have retired.
Oh.
There's perhaps a piece of news that I've missed there somewhere.
Yeah.
Interesting. Anyway, so we're on bleedingcoolnews.com. Anyway, this is Star Wars. You can see lots of adverts for Nord cleaning chemicals. Also, Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters sequel to Solo movie. Today sees the release of Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters #1 from Marvel, the first major Star Wars comic book crossover from Marvel across the Star Wars line of titles. Set between the events of Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, it tells a new story of the journey Boba Fett took, taking the carbonized body of Han Solo from Empire to Jabba the Hutt's palace on Tatooine. And it has not been plain sailing. And everyone caught in between. After carbonization process began to fail, Boba Fett had to go through his own quest cycle to get Han repaired, only for Solo's remains to be stolen by unknown parties. Ooh. It's like a Jawa stole it. Well, no parties until today, of course, and that's when the Solo A Star Wars story decided that it wants to get involved, dragging its own canon into the mixture and making Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters not just an interlude between Empire and Return, but a direct sequel to Solo A Star Wars ship pile. Because the people who stole Han Solo are now negotiating with Jabba the Hutt for their own deal, and who Boba Fett on their backs and who have Boba Fett on their backs trying to take him back. Crimson Dawn. Crimson Dawn is back and blah, 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 blah. Crimson Dawn as Han Solo. Looks like it. In Solo, Crimson Dawn was a criminal organization that was revealed to have been founded by former Sith Lord and surviving Darth Maul after the Clone Wars ended. Psst, in case you don't know who I am. Here's my red lightsaber. Leading to the formation of the Galactic Empire that replaced the old Galactic Republic. So is that her? The person in charge of Crimson Dawn? There she is, looking just as young as she did in Solo. Interesting enough. Kira grew up on the streets alongside with Han Solo as part of the White Worms gang and became partners in it ever since before they were separated. Kira was sold as a slave eventually to Dryden Voss, the public leader of Crimson Dawn. Rising through the ranks to become his lieutenant, she eventually killed Voss to save Han Solo, but then left to return to Dathomir to meet with Maul, the then true leader of Crimson Dawn. Interesting that he named his gang after his head colour. Of course, this was set 16 to 17 years later, but it seems that Kira is still in place in Crimson Dawn as some interest in the frozen semi-corpse of her former lover. Will she save him again? Will she hope for rigor mortis? Will she negotiate a better price? Will she be killed by Boba Fett? One way or another, Han Solo will end up frozen on the wall in Jabba's palace. But the journey there just got more complicated. It just got real, really real. Star Wars of the Bounty Hunters. War of the Bounty Hunters #1 is published by Marvel Comics today with crossovers running. Blah, 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 blah. So there you go.
I'll pass.
That sounds terrible.
Oh boy. Right.
Sorry, I didn't realize it was kind of a Han Solo sequel thing.
Yeah.
So
Neither did I. But
Andy, are you going to grab that one?
What?
exactly. Yeah.
Andy tuned out, I think.
What is that a comic?
Yeah. It's a new
Yeah.
Marvel comic about Solo and the Crimson Dawn and all that nonsense.
No, it needs to either be a TV show or a movie for me to really engage with it.
Yeah. I'm not a comics person, and to be honest with you, I think the I get the sense that not a lot of people are comics people as far as when it comes to Star Wars. There's only a small section of the fan base that pick these things up, and when it comes to the movies, they ignore the comics anyway. Really,
Yeah.
you know.
It's not like it all leans into each other, is it?
Yeah. I mean, Disney Lucasfilm in particular. You know, when it comes to canon, you know, like who cares? We'll just change things as we go along. You know, they don't. Yeah. So no, I won't be buying a comic.
No.
I mean, the going back to related things. I noticed there was another push, another movement of people online. Was it last week or the week before? Kind of asking for Solo 2 again.
Yeah, because it's the anniversary of the release of the movie.
Was that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
Is it 3 years old now? It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Still hurts Bilbo.
They're wasting the time, but saying that there could well be a TV series on Disney Plus.
Well, I thought that's what Lando was going to be.
Yeah.
And now people are
Follow on
talking
that
about, and now people are kind of saying, you know, maybe it's going to be Han Solo led rather than Lando led.
Basically, what you take away from all this is like when you get these big announcements of Lucasfilm saying we're going to make this movie, we're going to make this movie, we're going to make that movie, we're going to make this TV show. Take it with a big grain of salt. They're as bad as Mike Zero.
It's true, yeah.
We're going to make this. Yeah, right.
Maybe it works for them.
Yeah. If Doomcock takes his mask off, it's Kathleen Kennedy underneath, I bet you.
No, it's George Lucas.
Yeah, maybe. I don't. Well, as far as we know, at least we know we're going to get. We're getting Rebel Squadron, aren't we? We are going to get that, and we know that Andor's already shooting, so we are going to see that.
Kenobi.
The Squadron
Kenobi.
film, the Squadron film,
Yes.
I am sort of looking forward to because I love the space battles. I mean, that's Star Wars for me. It's lightsabers and space battles, and yeah, as long as it's set in the sort of Imperial era,
Yeah,
I'll be a happy chappy. I think. You know?
Imperial entanglements. Yeah, Yeah, it'd be cool. I mean, I think she found it a bit slow moving here and there, but I showed A New Hope to Luna a week or two ago.
Oh yeah.
She tuned in and out a bit, but she was kind of properly plugged into it. You know, from Vader and Kenobi right through X-Wing battle and to the end type of thing. That was.
She likes Darth Vader, doesn't she?
She does like Darth Vader, but she's scared of Darth Maul, so she didn't want to watch episode 1. But she was actually scared of Darth Maul from the Lego Darth Maul in those little Star Wars Lego
ones.
those little Star Wars Lego films that are dead.
Yeah,
they're really, really fun actually.
Yeah.
Well, our girls have been playing out in the back garden today with the Darth Vader 3 3/4 inch, Ahsoka 3 3/4 inch, and the Scooby Doo gang. I thought, now that would be a brilliant crossover.
Let's find out who you. Let's find out who you really are, Vader.
Yeah. Anakin.
It's old man Carruthers, the man who runs the haunted amusement park.
I would have gone away with it too if it wasn't for you pesky kids.
It was a fight, you pesky. Yeah. In fact, if we actually got? Let's just try and provide some Star Wars news here.
Let's do something useful.
Yeah. Star Wars Rogue Squadron, isn't it?
You're
Yeah,
going to get a lot of links to the games coming up before you get to that film.
Yeah, it was.
What's the film
right.
called?
Next year.
Yeah, it's next December, isn't it? No, it's 2023, December.
December 2023.
Is the movie called Rogue Squadron? Yeah.
It's called Rogue Squadron. Plot under wraps. Centers on the Rebel Alliance starfighter squadron from the Star Wars films.
So it's the Rebel Alliance. So it is the original trilogy.
I heard it was post Return of the Jedi.
So it's Mandalorian era, maybe.
Yeah.
But I'm happy with that because it's near enough. Like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. There's absolutely. Well, it's still properly under wraps, isn't it? There's been absolutely no cast announcements of any kind, or
Ahmed Best.
Jar Jar is a pilot in the new Rebel Alliance.
Yeah.
Why not?
Misa,
Do
love it.
Do you know George killed Jar Jar off in his canon?
Yeah.
He was on Alderaan when in A New Hope when it blew up. That's what George said in an interview. And Disney said he's still alive just before the sequels on the road to the Force Awakens. He's on Naboo teaching.
Juggling.
Oh, he's juggling on the streets of Naboo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
A children's entertainer.
Wasn't that what he was there for anyway?
Yes.
Pretty much.
So
I like Jar Jar. I'm not a Jar Jar hater.
No, I'm not. He created the Empire.
And we've got to love him for that.
Yeah.
He did pretty much. Yeah.
I was the only one in the cinema laughing in Attack of the Clones when he instead of him saying fellow delegates, he goes, "Hello, delegates." I'm like, why are all the senators laughing? I know why, because they're dead inside. And they don't know good comedy when they hear it.
That's right. Yeah. Poor Jar Jar.
Yeah. We all know E.T. hasn't got a great sense of humour.
Yeah, E.T.'s in there. He's not in Attack of the Clones, is he? It's just Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Just Phantom Menace, yeah.
Little Easter egg.
With Terrence Stamp as Chancellor Valorum.
Yeah, but it's like, it just didn't make any sense because like Elliot's playing with Star Wars toys when.
Yep. He's got a Boba Fett figure. He even says, "This is Lando Calrissian, and this is Boba Fett."
Yeah, and Hammerhead. Doesn't he say Hammerhead as well? I'm sure
Yeah.
he does.
And you know, Yoda's theme tune is in ET as well when he sees Yoda at Halloween.
Oh yes, yeah. So yeah, when he's dressed as a
A
ghost.
little flute goes.
Yeah.
Mm.
And Han Solo's in ET as well, of course.
Deleted scene, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's the headmaster.
It's Elliot's
Elliot's
headmaster.
Yeah. And C-3PO and R2-D2 are in Indiana Jones.
Yes, that's
Yes.
right.
Is it
As a
the fourth
carbon.
one?
No, they're in the hieroglyphs in Raiders on
Yeah.
the wall of the
That's
well of the souls.
Mm. And somebody told me
I'm
once.
so excited.
This was back in the day, and it bugged me for years. They told me Indiana Jones was in a Phantom Menace during the pod racing scene.
What,
Yeah?
Indiana Jones was in it.
Like somebody dressed in the Indiana Jones gear,
Oh right.
part of the crowd. So I spent months pausing, and then I realised they're just winding me up.
Yeah, I'm
Not
sorry
there.
about that, Matt.
Then you realised it was.
Do you know in the back? Do you know when they're just about to shot the audience? There are like little tips with little bits of paint on top of them, and they put fans underneath so they'd shimmer in the camera. So most of what you see there is not CG. People assume it's all CG. It's not.
No,
It's actually shot in front of the camera.
it's all practical.
Mm.
Yeah, a lot of them movies are practical, and you think they're CG. It's quite.
Phantom
there
Menace.
there was,
Menace has
there was
more
a lot of big miniatures in it.
Yeah,
that's right. There's more models made for Phantom Menace than there were for the entire original trilogy.
yeah.
Fact.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Pretty good models, man. Good models.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They'll get blown up.
Yeah. I think the next movie to do that really was back to Lord of the Rings. Some of the miniatures in that were amazing.
Well, they were that big. They called them bigatures.
Bigatures, yeah. And I've actually seen them twice actually. In Sydney, Australia, I went to the Lord of the Rings exhibition where it had all the costumes on display and all the bigatures.
Yeah.
And then I saw it again in Wellington, New Zealand. Just absolutely the details on the costumes is out of this world. You don't see it on screen.
Yeah. Well, Minas Tirith could barely fit in the studio, could it? It was that big. And the bigature for that.
Yeah.
There must be loads of bits of that available.
Well, I did reach over and snap. No,
loads of people must have a little bit of Minas Tirith if it's that big.
I've got a leaf from the oak tree from Bag End. That's about it.
Oh, nice. Well, they've got. They did actually use miniatures in 2049 as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you know the scene where he's got his back to you and then he sees them bees. That's all miniatures, isn't it? That's set, I believe.
In 2049.
Yeah. It's Paddy Froze.
Yeah.
Oh, just as he's about to talk about Blade Runner. Oh no, he's gonna
typical.
Be so angry.
Yeah.
Oh. His internet connection he's on the same plan as me. He's got over 200 meg, so God knows what's going on. I think he has his routers are directly going into his computer as well. His Ethernet
yeah,
cable.
so I mean, you shouldn't
He
really have any
get
issues.
Yeah, he couldn't be any faster. What we were talking about, Matt? Blade Runner 2049, bigatures.
Yeah, we've got into the part of the program where we're just drifting now from
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Blade Runner.
Yes.
Just as you're about to start talking about Blade Runner. He's cracked. He's just cracked.
Yeah. It's
He's done.
Do I have to do this? Wait a minute. I'm gonna have to do this.
Fuck you, Bradford! Oh, why I've got my headphones on. Okay, well,
All right. Well,
I think somebody's trying to tell us something.
yeah.
Hi, Richard.
Hi, Richard. Fuck you and your mullet.
Richard's
Right,
like,
well-
can I have some more tax exemption? No, you've had enough of that.
You've had enough of that. you even took a couple of flights to a certain island, didn't you? But we don't talk about that.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
I don't want... Richard, I told you I won't do it on air. I definitely won't do it. Anyway, I've got to get back on.
So I didn't say anything else.
Mm.
That wasn't specific. You know, when you're a millionaire, you can jet set to as many islands as you like. So there you go.
Yeah.
But for some reason, you can't. I wouldn't mind it. I'd signed up with him again for another 2 years. You know, got a new remote control.
Yeah.
He promised me a new box, which hasn't come.
Oh, you're joking.
But there you go. Well, there you go.
What's going on?
Hey, look, I could. But the thing is with this, I can do MySpace.
MySpace.
Do MySpace pose.
Is
Remember, everyone did that on MySpace to look skinny.
yeah.
I was
do.
guilty. I was guilty of that.
It's like no, I remember taking somebody taking a
I'm
picture.
just going.
with me,
I'm
and
just
they
going
held-
on my Facebook to get rid of all those kinds of pictures.
They held the camera in the air to take the picture. I'm thinking, why are you holding it up there? Why don't you just what are you doing?
Takes your ears off you, doesn't it? That's why.
Yeah.
The skin disappears. If I dye my hair again,
My God, it's like you're at college.
It's like you're college. Those were the days.
Those were the days.
Matt used to look like Let It Be, Paul McCartney.
With long hair and a big beard.
Yeah. A cracking setup. Right, well,
I wish I
boys,
could do that again. I wish I could.
Yeah. Well, wish I could as well. Can't do that anymore. Chopped it all off. So I guess I should wish you boys good luck for the next few weeks, and hope you have a grand old time. And
We're gonna need it.
I'll of course I'll be dipping in from time to time.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
And
you know what's going to happen? All right. Now you're not here for the next few weeks. There's going to be some massive Star Wars news.
It will be.
It will blow your socks off.
It's been quiet recently, hasn't it?
It has been a bit quiet. I think they're preparing for something.
There'll be massive
This
Star
is what I'm imagining in my little mind here, that they're getting ready to announce a new president of Lucasfilm.
There'll be massive Star Wars news, and there'll be perfect internet connections.
And opening on the 21st of June. Who are we kidding?
They'll announce Rian Johnson's new trilogy. He's three back-to-back trilogies.
Yeah.
He's going to
Hey, at least this going to have an outline to it.
Well, I mean, you've got a point. Yeah. At least he has a chance to plan a story.
No, he's got Knives Out 2. That's happening, isn't it?
Yeah, he's got a Netflix series coming as well.
See, I really like Knives Out. I thought it was pretty good.
I've not seen it yet.
It was good.
I thought a lineup like that, the cast, I thought I've got to see it, and I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
What's that guy called?
I'll have to give it a watch.
Christopher. It's his last film, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's his last film.
Great fan
Oh yeah, before he died. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I love a little bit of Plumber.
Yep.
Right then, boys. You're going to have to do the honours here, Matthew. Because once
Not a
again,
problem.
I've been Bransoned.
Mm.
So, may the force be with you guys, and
Bye, Patrick.
Andy and Matt. Good luck with it.
Yeah.
And,
Good luck,
everybody
Paddy.
out
Good luck,
there-
Paddy, with your gigging, and I'm sure I'll see you gigging in a local pub at some
hope
point
so
soon.
too.
Spin his
Ruin's
arm.
here. Ruin's
Royal
in
Albert Hall,
in the
so-
chat.
Is he?
Hello, man, babies. I'm busy working on my trilogy. Hi, Ruin.
Ruin. You've just you've joined us just as we're coming
about
to an
to-
end.
We're about to jib off, but if you want to,
If you want to jump in and have a chat, you.
Oh my god, can we have
more than
Ruin
welcome.
Ruin in a future episode?
Absolutely. If he's kind enough to say yes.
Ruin's standing in for me.
I love his work.
In fact, I can't do it. I was going to say, oh no, I can't. I think I can do it.
What's that?
I was going to say, I think I could possibly send him the link on Twitter, but I don't think I can. Not today.
He says he's game for it. I think I'll be able to do it.
Yes.
Okay. Send him the link. Let's have a 15 minutes with me on my mobile phone. Looking like a professional podcaster. Looking like a professional MySpacer.
Right, and about.
You enjoying that, Paddy?
Looking really slim. I am, yeah. It's been a while since I've seen myself look slim on camera. 2013, I think it was.
Same
That's probably the
actually.
beer diet, you said.
Before I moved to Leeds,
Just sent you a link on Twitter, Ruin.
Yes, Ruin. Tell us about the new trilogy.
what Ruin's coming in now?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Sick.
You're a big fan of Ruin, aren't you, Andy?
Yeah, I like
As
Ruin.
we all are.
I like Ruin more than I like The Last Jedi.
There you go. Right, I might even actually be able to come back in again for Ruin.
Ooh.
I'm going to de-MySpace myself again. I'm going to come in for 2 seconds on a professional's camera setup. And then we're going to get kicked out by Branson again. Bye-bye, Branson.
And there you are.
Okay, sorry about all the sorry about all the shopping and changing tonight, folks.
It's one of those shows.
It bloody well is. Okay, let's do this. He says, "Let's do this." Right. Well, click yourself on the link there, Ruin, and you'll be in. I didn't realise as well. We kind of done a late night Club Star Wars, didn't we, tonight? Because we started at 8:30.
Yeah.
It was all a bit last minute. It was a late night tea.
Yeah.
But here we are. Did we talk about the other exciting non-Star Wars news as well?
I've got very spicy peepers.
Got very well.
You know, when you're that tired, your eyes sting.
What, in your classroom? Oh, right.
Oh, he's here.
Got a special guest.
Ruin!
Hello, man, baby. Welcome to the boudoir.
Wow. Looking sexy in your vest there, Ruin.
Well, thank you very much. Now, I have to keep the noise down because Kathy's trying to get some sleep next to me. So, let's just keep it reasonable.
All good. We don't want to wake Kathy up, do we now? I've heard she can be a bit angry when she's disturbed.
Yes, she has to have a beauty sleep, obviously. Very beautiful woman. Has to catch those D's, as they say.
Were you pumping her thoroughly in the debriefing room?
Paddy.
Have Have we got to that point in the show already, Paddy?
Yeah, I'm 2 beers deep now. Now I was just explaining to everyone.
Oh,
Ruin. Oh, the eyes, yes.
Oh, brilliant.
I charged the batteries especially for you.
You had to take them out last time, didn't you? Because of the quiz.
Ruin,
Yes,
last time you were on the show, the first line of your opening crawl was Luke Skywalker is dead. Have you got the second line yet?
Oh, yes, I have. I've actually got. It's almost like I prepared when I blatantly didn't. I've just got in from walking the goddamn dog who decided to dive into a stagnant lake. And but anyway, I do have. I can give you this as a gift on your season finale. I do have my full opening crawl. Would you like me to share it with you?
Wow!
Please.
This is a Club Star Wars exclusive.
Another.
There we go. It is especially for you boys on your season finale. Let's do it. Okay, now you'll have to bear with me because obviously it's very hard to see through this goddamn mask with the red eyes. But I'm going to do my best. Wait there. Bear with me. Okay. It's almost as hard as writing a plot for a Star Wars movie. Right, here we go.
Almost.
Here we go. I've got it, man, babies. Here we go. Are you ready?
We're ready. Let's go.
Okay. A long time ago. I wish we had some music or something. Anyway, you can help me out here. So picture the scene. You're in the movie theater. The lights have dimmed. You've had the Lucasfilm logo and the Disney castle and all that bullshit. And then the stars appear, and then we get the blue writing a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Chills. I've got chills.
I know. The hairs are standing up on my arse. It's unbelievable. Here we go. Ready. Luke's.
Oh. You still there?
Oh
Has Branson got ruined? Branson's the Last Jedi fan.
Brunson's not got ruin as well, has he?
I think he has.
I think he has.
God damn it. Are you on Virgin as well, Ruin?
Ruin's not charged his phone.
Oh my word! What?
Do you know what this is? This is
Disney.
An anticlimax.
No, this is. I think it must have been the Kathy comment.
Oh no! Wait a minute.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
I'm back.
Had you been Branson?
No. Well, okay.
Were you Branson just like me then?
Oh, something's going on.
Are you with Virgin for Internet as well, Ruin?
I actually am.
Oh.
I actually am. What a bloody disgrace!
Now we know why. That is a disgrace. It's been on the blink all night.
Oh
dear. Goddamn Virgin. Okay, shall I try again?
Yes.
Go for it.
Okay, here we go. Hopefully, Virgin can just stay online for my opening crawl. Okay, so Luke's dead. It is a period of peace and prosperity under Jedi Grandmaster Emperor Rey Skywalker. All the space horses across the galaxy are free, although orphan children remain imprisoned as slaves on Canto. So just setting the scene there. Okay. A band of rebels led by General Rose Tico. I'd like a cheer, please. Hooray!
Yay!
Return to the casino planet on a secret mission. Unfortunately, they fail to adhere to local parking restrictions, and their ship, the Millennium Falcon, is.
Oh, no,
not again. He's been Branson.
Oh.
Crying out loud. Am I back?
You're back now.
You're back.
now.
We're back.
Yeah.
So,
what
we
did
did
you hear?
Space Horses. We did Space Horses.
Parking violation.
Parking violation.
Okay. I'm going to go. I think I've got one more paragraph. Let me see if I can get through it before Branson fucks it up again. Okay. So the Millennium Falcon is duly clamped for a parking violation. You've got that. And then finally, force healed by Rey, Admiral Holdo appears. Yay! To help dismantle the Falcon and extract the spirit of L337. And together, our three feminist heroines embark on a war against capitalism, male privilege, and toxic fandom to restore freedom to the galaxy. There we go. I hope you enjoyed it.
Beautiful.
Well, you know, it's definitely it's got promise, I think, and if that doesn't guarantee me a trilogy and a series of The Mandalorian, then I don't know what will, frankly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's going to get you all the Oscars.
Absolutely incredible. Have we got a title as well then? Oh, we can only speculate on the title.
Let me see my notes, because seriously, I do believe I put more effort into this than the actual Ryan Johnson, I should say. But yes,
I think you did.
Okay, I can even give you a little flavour. So the first one is going to be called each movie is going to feature a character from The Last Jedi. I'm going to center it around one of the awesome characters from My Perfect Movie. So the first movie will feature Benicio del Toro reprising his role as DJ, and it's going to be called Star Wars: The King. So we're going to have a fantastic adventure with Benicio del Toro.
Sorry, say the next bit again. This is Star Wars what?
This is the Star Wars: The King's Screech. There we go.
King's Screech.
It's going to be how DJ overcomes his unfortunate stutter to deliver a hologram broadcast to the galaxy, and not at all ripping off any famous Hollywood film, I promise you.
The King's Screech.
The second movie in the trilogy is going to feature Laura Dern, and it's going to be called Holdo, Purple is the New Black, and it's about a lesbian affair with Princess Leia, witnessed by a young Ben Solo, and the experience of which turned to the dark side. So, bit of backstory. Have I been kicked off yet? Have I been banned?
No, you're still here. You're still here.
Okay. And then the last one is... We're still good. Okay. The last one in my trilogy will feature none other than Rose Tico, and it's going to be called...
Oh, no!
That's the one we wanted.
Consent. This is control, and space, and force kissing members of the First Order. So there we go. So I'd like to think I'm hitting on all the big themes.
Hang on, we lost you for a minute there. Just start again. So it centers around Rose Tico and
centers around Rose Tico, and it's called Tico. I bypassed consent, and it's all about Rose Tico force kissing their way around the galaxy.
Force kissing.
So there we go.
It's a new power, force kissing. I love it.
It's rape. It sounds great, Ruin.
It's The Last Jedi all over
It's the ultimate power.
Wow.
Well, that will be
The
a
Last
success.
Jedi,
I'm
but
sure it will be.
even more perfect if it's possible.
Just like The Last Jedi stretch
As my stalker
7 hours. Amazing.
Yes.
As my stalker checked in, here he is.
There he is.
Brian Young.
Yeah.
Still in your back garden.
Your number one fan.
He heard that you were going full Willis tonight in the vest, so he was very excited.
Yes, I don't know. I don't know if you can see. It's actually my favorite band, Def Leppard. There we go.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Classic Def Leppard, and got a grey chest there to go with. There we go.
Brian was saying, come out to Come out to the coast. We get together. Come out to the ranch. Get together. We have a few laughs. Oh, Luna's brought a lightsaber with her. I don't know what she's still doing awake at 10:30. I think she heard Ruin Johnson. Ruin Johnson was going to be on the stream. Thank you, Ruin, for destroying more lore in one film than could ever have been imagined. We salute you.
We salute you.
You're welcome.
Wow.
I think JJ stripped you of that title after we watched Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, what did you think
Ruin,
of Rise of
Ruin.
Skywalker? Ruin? I don't think we've covered this.
Ruin, I've got a question for you. The JJ recently came out and stated that there was basically no plan for the
JJ
trilogy.
came out.
Hey, it's Pride Month. Everybody's coming out.
You know, I did read this, and I have to say, very disappointed in JJ because there obviously was no fucking plan. But I don't like the way he's taking everything I worked for. JJ, I like to be the one known for fucking up Star Wars, so you can little crap shut. Leave that to me. But I'm not finished with Star Wars, as you all know. And also, did you see? And apologies, my dog led me into a lake, so I was late for the show. But did you see the article by Boyega recently?
Yes, we did touch on that earlier on. I think.
I thought you would have. You know, funny how he expressed an interest in working with Kathy and JJ, but for some reason he didn't mention Ruin.
Yeah,
I don't know. What have you done? What have you done?
What did you do to that boy? Was it the forced kissing?
Well, I got the old eraser out and got rid of him on the Chinese poster. But other than that, I mean, you know,
you did. It's very important to be in those markets, you know.
Yes, you have to be sensitive to the different cultures around the world. Indeed.
Yeah,
completely.
You do.
Yeah, we did actually notice that was news from about a year ago that's kind of been regurgitated, but I think it was important that you brought that up, obviously, you know, to let people know that, I don't know, Biega's got it in for you, I think. Clearly.
Yes, he does seem to. I mean, I can't imagine why. I mean, I put him in a coma. I filled him in a Bacta suit, had him naked, had him sent him on Canto Bite, had him sexually molested. I mean, I don't know why he'd have it in for me at all, but
no,
there we
exactly.
go.
Yeah.
I don't know what you've done to them.
You know, it's funny. Just before the release of the third movie, I messaged Boyega. Not like on, you know, it's not like I've got his personal phone or anything. I tweeted him and asked him, of the three movies, which one was the best one to work on? Which was your favourite? And he told me it was the Rise of Skywalker.
What?
He did reply to the tweet. So unfortunately,
really?
I don't. I think you are in Boyega's bad books. Unfortunately.
I mean, for all its flaws, the Rise of Skywalker, I guess at least they had something to goddamn do. Whereas in my movie, I forgot he was even a character, and had to quickly make up this bullshit side plot, send him off to Canto Bite, have him traipse around with Rose Tico, and all for absolutely nothing. So yeah, sorry, John, completely forgot you were in. When he walked up to me, I said, yes, I'll have two sugars and soy milk, please. Now off the trot. And yes, he didn't take kindly to that, I'm afraid.
Oh, brilliant.
So this is the end of this season. What can I ask you, chaps? What has been your highlights of this season of Club Star Wars? Present company accepted, of course.
Well, I don't know. It's been. Do you know? It's been. This has actually been the longest season we've ever done.
The longest shows as well, isn't it?
The longest shows, actually. Yeah. Normally we used to stick to like an hour and a half.
You guys did nearly 3 hours last week when I wasn't on.
We did two and a bit. Yeah.
We did 2.5 weeks before, but YouTube cancelled us.
Oh yes. Yeah, unfortunately, you will know you won't know this, but yeah, we did a really good musical quiz. One of Andy's really good John Williams episodes, and we played so much of the music that Everywhere decided to cancel the episode, so you can't watch it.
You can watch it on Twitter still, I believe, but that's
can you still watch it on Twitter?
Can you watch it on Twitter? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, what was your favorite? What was your favorite episode, Andy?
For me,
of this season, of the 19 episodes,
the Ruin the Man Baby challenge and the one we were just mentioning.
Yeah.
Yes, the musical episode.
Yeah, they were my favorite.
Well, not to mention
I very unironically love Ryan and Ruin, but I think I love Ruin more.
Yeah, I think we had some really cool
guests. Yeah,
we had some really cool guests as well. So
yeah,
Kevin Thompson.
I think Paul was good. Was that last season?
Shipper.
Paul Shipper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was the last season, though, wasn't it?
No, it was actually. Oh,
early
yeah,
on.
yes. Sorry, yeah, that was season 4. Was Paul Shipper.
Are we allowed to say Ruin's real name? I can't remember.
Yeah, you are. I've shed the mask because it's literally like I'm in the roof of the house and it's like 32 degrees. So
is it? Yeah. Drop the mask.
He's redoxed himself again. Yeah. So who did we have this season guest wise? We had Cameron Pasha. That was
a
amazing.
good one. That was a good one. Yeah,
that was an amazing episode. And
I think Ruin's frozen again.
I think that was actually I think it's our highest viewed episode to date, possibly.
Is that Cameron Pasha one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. It is.
It's that and
that's mad. He's took the mask off, and Anthony's. It is Anthony, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anthony. Anthony.
Yeah, he's gone.
Oh, he's back. There you
Here
go.
he is.
Back.
I'm back.
You got
Hello.
Branson again.
Yeah, one of our best episodes. I think
saying.
most viewed. We were saying is Cameron Pasha.
Oh yeah. You know, I met Cameron. We've been in touch on Twitter for years, but I finally met him on Mr. Brown's podcast a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, it was great. It was great to talk to him actually. But yeah, he's a really intelligent guy and lots of connections, lots of insights on the industry, hasn't he?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Was he able to shed any light on why he disappeared from Twitter? Did he mention that?
He did actually, and I believe we discussed it on the show. So I'm sure it's he's fine with me sharing it. So essentially, he said he's very no holds barred and forthright in his opinions, and good on him for that. But it actually ended up costing him work, and
it is.
Things like that. So he in the end, I think he had to basically reset his account or restart his account. But he happily said, no, he hasn't changed. He's still going to tell it as it is, and fair play to the guy.
Yeah,
he's just not kind of publicizing it from his point of view.
So
I mean, from his social media. Yeah.
Mm. Hey, I'll give you another exclusive if you want.
Absolutely.
Never shared this with anyone. So the famous Ruin Johnson mask is powered. I don't know if you can see it. It's powered by the lights from a 2017 chocolate advent calendar, Star Wars advent calendar.
A Star Wars advent calendar.
Star Wars advent calendar. Yeah,
wow.
It was a light up lightsaber formed part of the advent calendar, and that was in 2017. And the damn thing's still going today.
It's still going. Wow.
It's probably the best thing Disney Star Wars have made, actually, since the.
Yes, it's got longer legs than the sequel trilogy.
I mean, so while you're here, Anthony, like, what are your thoughts on the future? Like, other than Mandalorian, and like, are you excited about the Rogue Squadron film? Or
I'll tell you the
how
one
are you feeling about it?
I'm trying to be positive because I know that I do the whole ruin thing, but I generally I'm quite a positive person, and I know it's I have fun with the ruin thing, but
Yeah.
if I'm trying to be positive, I'm trying to be open-minded about Andor actually, only because I love Rogue One, so I'm willing to give that a go. I mean, all right, we know what happens to the character, and actually, as a character, is he compelling enough to have his own series? I don't know, but where my positivity comes from is, I love Rogue One, and look, they did some great stuff with The Mandalorian, so maybe in that kind of short run series, and also, I don't know if you guys know, I'm sure you did because you're well on top of all this stuff. They were shooting up in Cleveland, which is only not even an hour up the road.
Did you go right?
I've not yet, but I've been I've been saying to the missus we should take a drive up because it's at a cafe, isn't it, on the waterfront there?
That's right.
Yeah. So
yeah, that was really cool.
That's the one where I'm like, okay, let's keep an open mind here, but I'm not. I've got to say, I'm not been bothering with. Is it the Bad Batch and?
No. I mean, I've watched most of them. I've not watched the latest episode. It's one of those. I'm not compelled to go and watch the series. Which is kind of sad in a way. It's not really setting the Disney Plus on fire, is it? The Bad Batch. I mean, I don't know whether there are people out there who are genuinely excited about it, but it's there in the background. But I'm like you.
You've watched it, Andy, have you?
Yeah, I watch it every. I think it comes out on Fridays.
Yeah,
I'm only interested in it because it's like Clone Wars is carrying on, and I really enjoyed Clone Wars. So it's like it's a sequel to Clone Wars, essentially, isn't it?
Yeah,
and a prequel to Rebels.
Yeah,
but I'm with you, Ruin. I'm really excited about Andor because Rogue One's one of my favorite Star Wars films. I love it.
Yeah, I'm with you both on that one. Yeah, I think we can all agree on that. That and Squadron, the Squadron movie. Now I know it will be set during the Mandalorian era.
Yeah,
that makes me look forward to it a little bit more. Because previously to that, I was led to believe it was going to be sequel era, which I have no interest in whatsoever. So yeah, it's
yeah. Oh, hang on.
Viking's got a question.
Viking out of time. He's got a question. Hail, Ruin Johnson. Where's your trilogy? Oh well, if you he's given us the full SP on the trilogy.
Well, as you know, I'm still in discussions with Disney. I've been in discussions for 4.5 goddamn years, but these things take time. Still in discussions, and put it in your diaries. It's happening 2092. We've got some space in after Knives Out 19, and that's when we're getting the trilogy. So there you go.
Ryan, you had 125 sets, was it, on Last Jedi? Is the next one? How many is it going to have?
Well, I mean, obviously we've got all the different Canto Bight planets to explore. So there's all the different moons of Canto Bight. So
rival casinos.
So that's Canto Bight, Canto Night, Canto Shite,
Canto Fright,
Canto Fright,
Canto Delight,
Canto Delight. I can see a new song coming on.
I'm well overdue a new song. Actually, I should.
You are. Maybe we could get together. We'll get together on one of those.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome.
We should.
You're a bass man. You know,
the live set of Star Wars parody songs. That would.
We've got a composer.
Can you imagine?
Oh, Yeah, we got everything we need right here. Yeah.
There you go. There you
Which
go.
is
Yeah.
exactly that's the last line in The Last Jedi.
It is so, isn't it?
We have everything we need.
You see,
Yeah.
it's so imprinted on me.
It just felt like
on
an
my
ending.
subconscious.
Oh,
It's just
God.
it's
Yeah.
always there.
Perfect
No one's
line
ever-
to just perfect line just to lead into absolutely nothing else. It just
Yeah.
completely dead ends the trilogy,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
A
Yeah.
hyperspace
Yeah.
of nothingness.
Yeah.
No one's ever really gone. That's the
Oh,
main
yeah.
thing.
You know what I've been noticing actually on Twitter. You mentioned it earlier about sort of JJ since he come out with this acknowledgement that there was no plan. I'm noticing a lot of people kind of dunking on JJ, but somehow in defense of Ryan Johnson. I don't see how this revelation helps Ryan Johnson. I mean,
Exonerates him.
yeah, it doesn't at
Yeah,
all. I mean, it's
no.
for me, they're as bad as each other. I mean, there was absolutely no dialogue or planning or anything. But yeah, I see like a lot of fans now seem to be attacking JJ for undoing everything Ryan Johnson did, but then he did that to JJ, and
He did that in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's yeah, I don't know. It's
Crazy.
the whole thing's a mess, and I think the ultimate person to point the finger at is KK, right?
I'd go
Yeah,
higher. I'd say Bob.
Iger.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, look, in any company, and God knows, I've worked for enough big corporates, in my time. Not that I want to reveal them in case the real Brian Young then contacts my employer. But in any company, the ultimate responsibility falls on the CEO. And so for that reason, yeah, if we say, well, it's Ryan Johnson or it's JJ, oh no, it's Kathy because she hired them, well, then ultimately it's Bob because he's calling the shots. Ultimately, if he was as in touch as he should be, he'd have he'd have reined it in. And at least how can you mishandle such a huge franchise without a plan? We've all got a view on maybe which way they could have taken it or should have taken it, but surely everyone agrees that there had to be a plan.
There had to be a plan. Yeah, there had to be like, we've got to hit these notes through the whole trilogy, and this is how it's going to ultimately end.
Script Trooper did have a little statement on what he thought of Ruin's work there. TFA sucked, but JJ did set up things pretty good for Ruin. Ruin took it into the left field bleachers, and then JJ punted it into the river after that.
Pretty much. That's a pretty good summary.
On it.
Yeah.
So
Brian's currently scouring my LinkedIn profile to go through my employment history.
Oh dear me.
So going back to some of the news that we spoke about earlier, this about, and I believe it's come from Doomcock, so obviously take it with a few truckloads of salt. But this thing about George Lucas coming back, do you think there's any kind of truth in that, or is it just wishful thinking?
I do think it's probably wishful thinking, but I mean, again, positive, and a part of me wants to think, has he pulled a genius stroke in terms of selling it for whatever billion he sold it for and then buy it back for a fraction of that? But I can't believe that would be, I can't believe he would do that for the money, and potentially destroy something he put his life into. So, what is he now, George Lucas? He's late 70s now.
77. Yeah.
Yeah, 77. I mean, what we look, who was it who celebrated? Was it Clint Eastwood celebrated a birthday
Yeah.
just
91.
91, and I don't think age is necessarily a barrier. It's just 91. So I mean, he's still, as far as I know, certainly till fairly recently, still directing and stuff. I don't think you'd see a hands-on Lucas on set every day. I don't think we'd see that, but
no.
Could he not? Do they call it like executive producer? Or could he not have some level of involvement? I'll tell you what I compare it to. You know when Peter Mayhew got a little bit too the actual physical acting got too much, and Jonas took over Chewie.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually kept Peter Mayhew on as like a consultant almost. And Jonas was able to kind of work with them, and he could kind of guide them on, well, this is how you might approach this scene. And I would say that kind of role, but even in that capacity, that's going to help, surely, isn't it? I mean, you know, the guy whose idea it was, who knows the universe and better than anyone, you know, even something like that. I mean, I'd love him just to come in and direct a movie, a trilogy, or whatever, but just being realistic, you know, if we had him in involvement to some degree, I think I'm right in saying he was at least invited to the set for The Force Awakens, or he had some minimal involvement, but I don't think he had any involvement in The Last Jedi. He was completely shunned from that particular one, which is shows.
Yeah.
But, what about you guys? What were your thoughts on it?
Well, like I said earlier, I think originally George trusted everybody at the new Lucasfilm. He trusted Kathy. He trusted Bob Iger. In his mind, he presumed they were going to take his work and make the movies he'd outlined. And it's around about that same time he was saying that he would never ever come back to make the movies. Once he'd realised they weren't following his ideas, it obviously, I mean, this was in Bob Iger's book, right? It basically felt like they'd stabbed him in the back with this. He was very disappointed. You can see it. Yeah. So now we fast forward to now, and he's very much on set with the Mandalorian crew. Filoni's his protege, right? I think if the wheels are turning behind the scenes and they're getting ready to set up a new leadership at Lucasfilm, having Filoni and Favreau take the helm, so to speak, make more Star Wars, I think George Lucas would be more than prepared to come back as that advisory, position to work with his Filoni and Favreau, as long as he's not got the stress of directing everything and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, if you can leave that hard work to those two, and just be there to say that's not going to work, that will work. Yeah, that doesn't fit in with Star Wars, but this does. I think that's the way forward. Hopefully, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean that. I would agree with that. My thoughts on it, Anthony, was like, I think if he was going to come back, he would have come back for Indiana Jones as well. But perhaps the fact that he didn't come back from Indiana Jones is because, I don't know, Steven jumped ship as well. I don't know.
Well, that's a rumor too, isn't it? That Kathy might step down from the Star Wars side of things and be moved over to the Indiana Jones side of things, while somebody else. Do you know what I mean? It's moving the chess pieces around on the Lucasfilm board.
I don't know, because they're only going to do, they're going to do this film, and then that's. I've heard rumors that they might consider doing going to do maybe a Disney Plus animated Indiana Jones series or something. But I can't see that they're going to pursue more films. from
No. I know.
Indiana Jones films, anyway.
I think what I was saying was she's going to get given the helm to this movie, and that's all she's going to be concentrating on until it's released.
Right, okay.
And somebody else is going to take the Star Wars reins, so to speak, while
Yeah.
she's doing that. You know, and then
Possibly.
after that, she might get her own gig, doing something completely different.
Indiana Jones has always kind of been more Frank. Is kind of more Frank's baby though, but they always
Yeah.
they worked on all three together, didn't they? So but I don't know if she wasn't quite as much involved in Crystal Skull. I think that was more Frank and George and Stephen.
Yeah,
but it'll be interesting to see what it looks like. I mean, I can't help but be super excited, but it'd be interesting to see what an Indiana Jones without George Lucas or Steven Spielberg is like. You know. But we have got John Williams. Just going back over to the comments. Script Trooper, I wonder what George would have changed. As if I'm not mistaken, he wrote the treatments prior to Maul being killed by Obi-Wan and Rebels. I wonder what would have changed. Sadly, I don't think we'll ever know. Disney won't release George's treatments.
Yeah.
Are they the only people who's had them?
Yeah, I wonder what the situation is in terms of who owns them. I mean, if they rejected them, I mean, maybe George still owns it. I don't know, but who knows?
George will definitely own the intellectual property of them, but if Disney made him put in his contract that this can't ever be released, which is what I imagine is the case, then we're never going to see them. Did he show? I don't think he showed them to anyone. Well, no one's come out and said that anyway. So
Filoni will know.
Well, that's the thing. I'd want George to return, of course. Who wouldn't? He created Star Wars, but I think Dave Filoni is the closest you'll get to that, to be having a hands-on George Lucas again.
Yeah.
I like the Filoni.
Yeah, I mean, he should have been involved with the films.
Yeah.
Why wasn't he? Why? I mean,
I don't know.
Well, they've got a very successful story group, haven't they?
Good one.
Dinosaurs.
Yeah. A rock.
Yeah. Is Geode not going to feature in one of Ruin's future standalone films?
Well, as it happens, I was thinking about the ultimate battle between Geode and Admiral Holdo, where Holdo defeats Geode by pulling a maneuver and splitting him in half. So, can't think of a better battle in the
Fantastic.
whole of Star Wars than Geode and Holdo.
There you go. Yeah, looking forward to that. Holdo Maneuver 2, the final insult.
I'm gonna try and do my Ryan Johnson left.
Well, my battery is getting alarmingly low.
Is that what it is?
That's actually really good. I'll send you one of these, Andy, and you can.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Disney bought the story treatments from Lucas. It's in Iger's book.
It's an Iger's book, yeah. They did buy it and they completely ignored it. They did the Geode versus Rosico battle of. It's where Tico forces a kiss onto the rock.
There you go. Kissing the Blarney Stone.
Yeah.
It's an Irish Star Wars story. That's what it is. Right then. Well, thanks for joining us, Ruin.
Thanks, Ruin.
Anthony. Good to see you again.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, good to see you, boys, and congrats on another season. And I'll look forward to join you again in the future.
Definitely.
Excellent.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, the lads are going to stick around and do kind of sort of standalone topic lives and stuff like that. We're just kind of not going to technically do them as a full sort of season show, but then we'll be back for season 6. I don't know, in
with
couple
more,
of months or
with
so.
More,
we'll be back for third lockdown.
Yeah, third lockdown. Yeah.
2 weeks time.
We'll definitely have more guests on from the original trilogy to speak to and stuff like that. Really
cool. And can I remind you, Paddy, you've got a Man Baby Challenge title to defend.
You're gonna have to do that, Paddy, at some stage. You'll have to come back into that.
And you're still both the tag team champions, so
That's true.
you know, I need to rustle up a tag team challenge for you. So
yeah, true.
We'll do the tag. We'll do the
get that organised.
We'll do the defending over here, I reckon, for season 6.
Cool. Okay, it's a plan.
I know I'm due a visit to Mr. Brown's podcast as well, because I know you mentioned that. Last week. It was just the timing wasn't there.
Yeah, we'll definitely should make that happen. I think there's a good little community building of UK based YouTubers and shows and stuff, and I think we can probably all help each other out a little bit. So
yes, yeah,
fantastic.
Definitely.
All right, well, thanks everybody for joining us, and we'll see you again very soon. But the lads will be back next week, so may the force be with you all. Cheers.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Goodbye now.
Bye, Ruin.